Okay guys, welcome back to another how to build video by N-SCENIC. Today's build guide is on the gantries or catenaries constructions. So I'm going to show you how to build the N-Gauge and the 00 version. Both construct in the same manner, with the exception of the quad rail or 4 rail version of the 00. It requires a few extra steps, so we'll do them first, and then everything else, both for the N-Gauge and the 00 version, no matter whether it's a 2, 3 or 4 rail, the build is the same process then. So just use your kit to follow along, but just bear in mind I've got one small step on the quad 00 version just to go through first before we get into the build. So I'll bring you in closer, I'll quickly talk through the 00 version step, and then you can catch up with the versions of the gantries you've got and follow along the build guide. Okay guys, so on the 00 version of the quad, just to be able to supply use free on the sheet of cards we've got rather than just the 2, I have cut one of the longer tie bars which goes along the top here. You'll see how we connect them later. We've split one of them into 2 pieces like so, and that's come from the top section of the card. It's by itself and it is away from these split halves here. So we need, for the process of this build now, I'm going to take the split one, not the full version at the top, because you get 2 of them full versions applied, but we just needed one cut in half to fit on the sheets. So we're going to use the 2 from here, and I'm going to take 2 from this section of the card here, which is going to be the other 2. So we can pre-join these now if that makes it easier for you, just by adding a small dab of PVA glue and allowing them to dry. And then once they're dry, each step for all the different versions is the exact same process. So I'm just going to glue these together so they're one piece, and then we'll catch up with the following steps. Okay, I've got them to join for me. These aren't strong yet and they are quite easily to fall apart. The strength will come when we glue them onto the front, so don't worry about that for now. But as you can see, we've got one long one, one slightly shorter, and for the side pieces we have one long one slightly shorter, and again for the other side, one longer, one slightly shorter. So out of your kit, to build one complete gantry, this is what we require. So 2 sides or 2 front and backs. We want 2 side pieces, again one longer, one shorter, and the top crossbar, one longer, one shorter. Okay, so to begin with, I'm going to take our gantry, I'm going to take one of the longer side pieces, and this is going to go on the outside of the frame. So I'm just going to pick it up, I'm going to run some PVA glue down one edge, okay, and we've got a cutout which matches the bottom design here. So I'm just going to line this on top of the front. Top to bottom, and we're placing it onto the frame itself. So can you see how I've done that there? Okay, so we've got that nice and glued onto the frame now, as you can see. I'm next going to bring the longer piece of the 2, and again, if the one you've joined has come apart for me, it doesn't matter, it's just a case of making sure you line it up properly. So this is going to be placed buttered up to that and on top of the fascia the same way, like so. So I'm going to put some glue on this piece now, and we'll put that into position. So I'm going to put some glue on the end, run some glue along the bottom of one side, okay, and I'm just going to offer them back up. Just going to hold that into position to dry. Won't take long. So as you noticed, the area you want to concentrate on is getting that top edge nice and flush. That way it'll be a bit of a seamless edge when you come to paint it. You won't really notice it as long as it's nice and straight and flush. Okay, so I'm going to join on now the other half which came apart, but if you've managed to keep it in one go, by all means glue it in one go. If not, just glue the second half back on. You might be able to add a bit of super glue in that joint, that might help. But like I said, most of the strength will come from the framework itself. We're not too bothered that it came apart here. We just want to butt that edge nice and tight, and again making sure we're nice and flush on that top level. Like so. So I'm now going to take the other longer side of the three we've got left. So again, we want the fatter end at the bottom, and that's going to match the framework at the bottom of the gantry like so, and this is going to be glued on up to the rail we just done at the top, and as the same way we did the first side. So we'll just glue down one side, glue on the top. I'm just going to place that into position like so. Okay, so we've got this side on, we've got the top rail all the way along, and we've got the back side on. So now is a case of doing the same process with the remaining parts. So we're going to take one of the smaller edges. Again, it has the same design as the bottom. I'm going to just glue down one edge. I'm going to place it onto the frame again. Hold that there, allow that to dry. Okay, I'm going to spin it round. I'm going to do the other side this time. Okay, now I'm going to glue in the last remaining long piece along this top edge, like so, and it should just fit inside the gap we've got there provided. So I'm going to glue down complete one side of this. Place this into position. If needs be, just stick a back end of a paintbrush through the gap just to push it out from the inside if it needs to come out a bit more, or bring it back in from the outside in. And we're just aiming to get that nice and level, nice and flush with that bottom line on the front of the gantry. If we've got a bit of excess glue like I have here, I'm just going to rub it off with my finger. And again, I'm just going to hold that for a few seconds, keep checking it, And while it's drying, we can glue that into position. Okay, and I'm just going to rub some glue down the insides of all the joints, just to offer a bit more support. Okay, so we've built all the framework. So we've got the front side of the gantry, we've got all our frames protruding from it. So the next case now is really just running some glue right down all these edges and plopping the front or back side on top and just making sure all your edges are nice and flush. So I'll do that now. Just smear some PVA glue on these edges again. Okay, so I'm just going to take our piece, I'm going to line the top corner up here first, I'm going to go and check this corner, I'll check the bottoms, and then I'll check all the sides. Any glue again, just wipe it off with your fingers and rub it into the model, it will help seal those edges. And that's it. That is the gantry complete. So I'll zoom back out now and we'll have a little discussion. Right guys, I hope you agree with me that that was a very, very simple model to build. And once you're in this stage, just allow it to dry properly, give it a good few hours, and then you can easily spray it over you with an airbrush using just acrylic paints, or what I've done in the shop here, just using some car primer, which is best suited for the type of layout I want, so I can look for like a galvanised steel kind of look. Again, once that's dry, go back and weather it and age it a little bit more. But very effective, they look fantastic on the layouts. And a very, very simple build method. I've constructed this with as easy as possible. It couldn't be any easier unless I came round to your house and built it for you. But I'm not going to do that. Right, so as I said at the start, there's only one extra step for the 004 rail version, but once we've gone through that step, every gantry, whether they're 2, 3 or 4 rail versions, N or 00, the same process build way. The same process has how you build it for each design. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you like the gantries or gantries. I'd like to see some pictures of them with little lights on, or again with some lines coming underneath. It'd be great if you could email some of them across me. I'd really like to look forward to what our customers have sent me. So I hope to see you all again soon. I've got another video to do in a couple of days, so look out for that one. If you like the build, if you like the model, and you like what we do at N-SCENIC, give us a like and subscribe to the channel, and you'll be notified of any new videos or any new designs that we have come up with. Hope to see you back soon. Bye bye.